And this is Perlo's House of NHL Hockey Takes Frolic. I think I've stuck to that name. I think I'm going to go with that. I may change it as I go along. But today we're going to be talking about Alex Tuch and where he may go. I've taken a look at it a little bit, but you know me, I do things on the fly. So we're going to be looking at a bunch of teams. I have one particular team I think is going to be perfect, but you can tell me what you think. And I'm very excited about hearing what you have to say. Jaime's Body Lube, it's the best there. I said it. If you hear the fan in the background, it is warm here in Indiana. Very warm. And I don't want to use my AC because it costs money. And I'm not one to like to spend money. The fan usually works pretty well. But it's summer and it's barbecue season, and you can get all of these fine Jaime's products over at the Costco, don't you know? Get yourself a vat with the Perlocopter. You got Larry, Melissa, Hernandez, Gail. Now I just hired Gail, driving the Perlocopters, bringing vats to all the land because we don't want chafing in the land, do we? No. There's several other products here. We got the Bold Texas that I like, Carolina Honeys. Awesome. I didn't, to me, it was kind of funky that they were using like citrus herb and stuff like that for Jaime's, and I was a little suspicious, but we had a conference there a couple days ago, and I got to dip myself in a few vats, and I got to tell you, it's really impressive. It was awesome. Really good. So get yourself hooked up with Jaime's, my friends. All right. We're going to be looking at Alex Tuch. We have to talk. I'm not going to go on about this because the last two times we've talked about the Larkin situation. But I did do a video on it just recently. So I did a video on the talk about how Stevie Yzerman is going to put his foot down or play hardball or whatever, and the ramifications that could happen if he did really put his foot down hard here, if he really played hardball, and if Larkin plays hardball too. But one thing I will talk about is, like I predicted, Russell, first to 5 shots. What I predicted happened. I said that, it hadn't really happened because it hasn't totally come out yet, but Elliot Freeman said that he's hearing a lot of noise about Tampa, Dallas being on the short list of Dylan Larkin. And I said what he was going to do if he gave other teams, and it looks like he's trying to make it seem like he's being a nice guy, he would give 2 teams that Minnesota could give more assets, could outbid, and were pretty much capped out. Dallas Stars, they got to pay Robertson. Are they going to not pay Robinson so they can get Larkin? I wouldn't do that. That's for sure. They could trade Robertson and then look into Larkin and use those assets to get Larkin, I suppose. But they already got hints. Duchesne is still lined up there. Johnston is been using as a center now, and he looks like he's going into that role. So they'd have to move a player to the wing. I don't think Larkin is something that is on the top of their wish list for the summer. And Tampa, who do they got for assets, man? They pop assets out of their ass all the time that you don't see coming. You're going to do James, Gonsalves. They don't have first-round picks. Dallas at least has their 2027 first, I think. They could throw that in. And Tampa's not really – they don't really have much cap space. We'll be talking about Tampa when we talk about Tuch, I think. So we'll get into that. Russell, I am also a professional sports handicapper. And, yes, me and Russell, we've been playing the Hurricanes' first 5 shots is basically making me a shit ton. So I'm throwing you a freebie out there. Hurricanes first 5 shots. You're getting a minus 140 on the road. I don't know if it'll be next time. It's probably going to get juiced. Russell and I both played it at minus 180. I got it at minus 188 once, and I still smashed it. So recommend that. Thanks, Russell, for coming in and chatting and all that stuff like that. I'm going to share this out to the land, and then we're going to go over to Puckpedia, and we're going to look at a whole bunch of teams, because I think Alex Tuch, they could go to a lot of different places. I'm not in Alex Tuch's mind, so I'm going to be looking at a few things that a person of his life would probably be interested in. It's going to be very disappointing for him that he can't sign in Buffalo. I do think that he was a fan of Buffalo when he was young. He was a big fan of Buffalo Sabres when he was young. Lives in the Buffalo area. Probably has a lot of family there. I wouldn't doubt that he'd be looking something in the East here. We'll be talking about some Western teams because he did live in Vegas. He did play for Vegas. I think who was he drafted by? It wasn't Vegas. I think they got him on the expansion draft. I think maybe they drafted him, but I can't remember. But he did live in Vegas, and then he accepted the trade. I don't think he could accept the trade. I think he had to take it. I don't think he had no trade protection. But anyways, he did go to Buffalo. My feeling is he probably wants to stay in that area, or at least in the East to be closer to family. So we'll be looking at some teams from the West. Yeah, he's not going to the Coyotes. Yeah. Larry, how you doing? Oh, by the way, Larry was on last night on the show. If you want to go watch 4.5 hours of us watching the game last night, we actually had a lot of views on that. I was really impressed. Larry was awesome. Larry is our advertising extraordinaire in the head of advertising and something. Can't remember. What is it, Larry? Head of advertising and something. We hired him anyways. He's the one that did this fine advertising thing here for Jaime's Body Lube. He's now the head of the advertising for Jaime's Body Lube. And he was on last night. Awesome job having Larry on. I didn't mention that at the end of the show. We've been on 4.5 hours. I think I was a little punch drunk. But Larry, anytime you want to come on, we love you, dude. You did awesome. It was great having you on. And you did awesome with this as well. So let's look at, I'm going to share this out while I'm talking to you here so more people can come in the land and know what we're doing. I can't do this and talk at the same time. It's so bad. I can't. I'm trying. I'm going to try to talk all the way through this. But I can't think. It's. See, I can't. I'm trying. I'm trying to talk at the same time. Talk. There you go. All I got to do is say the same word over and over again. It works out not too bad. All right. Let's bring up the Puckpedia here and get into this. I'm going to share the screen. I wonder if I can share screen with Jaime's thing up there. Okay. Yeah, well, you know what? This is one of the more less likely places he would go. Well, we'll start there since I already have it up. Can you guys see that all right? Everybody see? Do you want me to make it larger? I can make me a little bit smaller. What if we go like that? Yeah, there we go. Now you can see it for sure. You don't need to see me, right? Let's start with the Boston Bruins. Um, the Boston, he's first of all, the reason why I'm going to start with the Boston Bruins is it is close to Buffalo, sort of. It's not super close, but not too far away. When do you get paid? Oh, I well, you do get paid. You're the advertising agent, head advertiser for Heinz Body Loop, so you are getting paid. I don't know what you're. Yeah, I'm sure you're making at least $12 an hour or something for that. Pretty sure. I would hope. I would hope. Um, so the question is, where the hell is Boston going? Boston's done some good things. Morgan Geeky was an unbelievable pickup for them. I can't even remember how they got him. Was it free agency or something like that? Great pickup. I know who's Newtonoff. I like to call him, or as I like to call him, Merritt, who's what the fuck. Uh, that was the first thing I said when he came in the league. I saw it up on the thing, and I was like, Merritt, who's what the fuck? Okay. I like that kid, man. He's 24. He does a lot of things. Shouldn't be up on a top line or anything like that, but he's one of those guys that you look like he should have more offense in him. He's got a lot of moves and stuff like that. He's just he's only, they count him as 5'11". Is he really 5'11"? Hard for me to think that he's 5'11". Now Tuch can play left and right, but from what I can tell, what I've watched of Tuch, he's more of a right winger than a left wing. But look at the cap. Let's look at their cap first before we get on into it. $15 million in cap space. Who do they got to sign? They could sign Arvidsson. That was a nice pickup too. Like, they made some nice moves. Fraser Minton, Toronto fans. Ooh, boy. Yeah, for Carlo. James Hagen's came playoffs, but I think he needs some AHL time, boys and girls. I really do. So they got some really weak depth. Andrew Peak is from Florida. I am willing to bet that's exactly where he's going. And their boss has been talking about looking for a right defenseman. Now we're looking at Ristolainen in Philadelphia. There was a lot of rumors about them with right defensemen. I think this is part of the reason. I think Andrew Peak goes home after this, takes a pay cut, and gets to go to Florida. But overall, they really don't have to sign too many, and they've got 15 million. They got 15 some million left. Next year, Middlestat comes off the books. Zach is going to probably need a contract if they want to keep him. So I think it's feasible to think that Boston would be interested in this. Tuch is 30. There's a lot of people talking. He wants 10 million, 10 and a half. Is he going to wear out that contract? Is that contract not going to age well? It's possible. I mean, Tuch plays a game that is pretty tough on the body. He's a hard player, man. Is that 3-4 years, he should be okay. And then I understand the concern of what happens down the road. The whole talk about him not getting a point in the final round against Montreal, I saw he had chances. I think he had more. It doesn't matter. Like, that happens to players sometimes. And I don't know if he had playing through some sort of injury or anything like that. But Tuch is a 3-zone defensive player. Oh, I should bring that up. We should look at Tuch's Let's see what other things are there we have. We should look at Tuch's. I want to see the rest of the comments here. Oh, did Arvidsson sign overseas? I did not know that. I didn't see that, dude. Okay. I did not know that. Thanks for bringing that up. You see, Larry knows his shit. I did not see anything about that. And I live, eat, and breathe hockey, and I didn't see that. But let's bring up his analytics before we move on here. We're looking at here, right? So let's share this. Replace. Computer's moving a little slow today. I was looking at Muckamadulin, who did very well, by the way, for a 23-year-old. I like that kid. He's, for his size and everything, like, give him another couple of years, and I think they got a good one there in San Jose. But Alex Tuch, okay. Well above average first line center. Drives the offense well, solid, well above average defensive forward. Great finisher, great goals guy, high end assists, takes bad penalties. It's basically what this means. This means how many penalties you take over how many you draw. And he takes more than he draws by quite a bit. Pretty man the power play, does play the penalty kill. Probably shouldn't. It'd be better if he didn't, but high competition rate, meaning, you know, the coach in Buffalo, Tuch really rolled his lines. I think he can afford to play against higher competition this night in and night out. So 29 years old, he's going to be 30. They're talking 10.5 million. I think it depends on the team he's going to, 10.5. I know that sounds heavy. I don't know if it'll be for 8 years, if they can adjust that depending on the term or anything like that till he's, 28 years old. How is his body going to hold up? I don't know. All I do know is right now, if you're looking to win a cup, if you're looking to be in a playoff spot, this is a guy you want on your team, man, for sure. And there's not much out there. He became a free agent at the right time. He definitely would be the shiny coin out there, pretty much, for anyone that is looking to add a winger that can do a lot of things, score goals and everything like that. Marcus Johansson signed. Yes, that I heard. And I was really surprised by that. He had a good year last year. And I think he's going to destroy Sweden. He's probably going to break records over there. He's got a lot of game left for the NHL. I think he's going to put up ridiculous numbers. I wonder if he just got paid huge, because last year he only took $800,000 to play. So he said, "I'll give you one more year, try to win a cup," and home must have been calling him. Larry, yes, of course. Larry, the Ottawa fan, is going to say every player wants to go to Ottawa. We'll look at Ottawa, though. We will. All right. So, Boston. I'm taking it that Boston is going to keep on banging this drum. I just think they will. They got one late pick in 2026. They got two. They're trying to do two things. They're trying to do both. They're trying to be competitive every year, try to make the playoffs, maybe win a cup, and acquire assets at the same time, try to draft really well and replace them. It's the MO for Boston. Rebuild is not a word. like deep rebuild. So I would not doubt at all that with their 15 million, they are on the phone trying to get Tuch. You got who's new enough. He shouldn't be your top left, a top left winger. If you got now, that's the problem is you would have to probably play Tuch on the left side in this case, and I don't think he's as good of a left winger as a right winger. But if you're going to pay him the 10.5 and say, hey, look, you're going to play with Pasternak, you got Tuch, Lindholm, Pasternak, who's new enough goes down somewhere, it goes up and down the lineup all the time. Pretty much Middlestat, Zaka, Geeky. I mean, it's a very good chance that they're back in the playoff picture next year. Are they a contender? They're more of a contender. I think they're going to have to convince Tuch that, we're not finished adding, we're not rebuilding, we've got assets. If we need them, we will use them, and all of those kind of things like that. And if Tuch had an affinity with Boston for some reason, like I said, it's not far from Buffalo, so it might be good for his family. I don't think this is out of the realm of possibility that he signs with them. Do they want to get a 30-year-old guy with 8 more years left on his contract? Hard to say. I think that if it's 8, I don't know what the number would turn into if it was 6, or if it was 6, it would even be more, right? Like you'd even add more. The shorter the contract, the higher it would go. So if I'm Tuch, I'm probably not doing this. Because like when you look at, I don't know if they look at the bottom lines. Like Minton's probably gonna have a bump, but Alex Steves, he's a good defensive player. He's not really good against top competition. James Hagens, you can't play him down here, man. I think he's going to the minors. But Jeannot, Corelli, Kostelic isn't a bad fourth line. Kostelic, Zach is just not really that great. And Elias Lindholm either. That's really what their biggest problem is. They got a lot of money wrapped up in centers that are barely second, are like Lindholm maybe a second, mid-second, and he's playing top line. Saka has his moments, and he did put up some points last year. But this is a team that really has to grind their way into the playoff spot. And then by the time they get there, to the playoffs, they've really spent themselves. And you saw it this year. I don't think this is the most solid contender type team for Tuch. I don't. So there's Tuch. All right, let's go to, let me bring up, sorry, I forgot. I didn't bring up Puckpedia again. Let's replace it. I will mention that Tuch 2 years ago had like an elite defensive year. He has the capability of doing that. It's not bad. And if he really loves Boston for whatever reason, maybe it goes that way. I think he's going to be in love with the idea of being in Boston more than being in love with the idea of winning a cup in Boston. And that's why I think that maybe it isn't the best spot. I'm not in his head. I don't really know 100%, but the proximity close to the family and stuff, I think at very least he may go to dinner with them and see what they got to say. All right, let's do it for Larry here. We'll go to Ottawa, Larry. I will hopefully go to Ottawa. There we go. Okay, we'll go to Ottawa. Ottawa's got, I think Ottawa has a dilemma here. We will eventually go to Ottawa. There we go. Well, first let's look at cap projection. 16, almost 17. Ottawa. If you do want to come on and talk with me, you're welcome to do so. I'll send you the link. I'll put the link in the chat. Wow, is my computer running slow? What's going on with this thing? There you go. That's the link there if you want. So they got Brady Kachuk for this year and next year, and let's face it, it's a big question mark, man. Big question mark. I don't know. My gut says he's out, man. My gut says he's out. So, 17 million, and most people sign though. Giroux, what did he make last time? Just a couple millions, probably what he would stay. Don't even really know. He's probably like a third liner at this stage, so I don't even know if you want it. He said he wants to come back. They're probably going to bring him back. That's it. But he's not going to cost much. Jensen, I mean, I don't know. He's the walking wounded now. I know they're looking at Spence as a restricted free agent. There was rumors that they're going to trade him, and then people got mad. Oh, what? You can't trade Spence, but what is he asking for? He might be pricing himself out. Like, I got the impression when Jordan was in LA. Now, I do think that Hiller was stupid for not playing the kid in the playoffs over Edmonton, but it's possible that one of the reasons why they moved on from him was because their agents talk, and the number he was expecting might have been richer than they thought he was worth. And I don't know if he's what are you giving Spence at this point? He has been a pretty good. Let's see, how much has he improved? I know that in LA, he played against very low competition. I imagine he played against higher competition in Ottawa. Little bit. He had a good year playing against low competition. That's on an average. So, I mean, the kid's good. The kid's good. He's only 24, going on 25. He's a top end third pair, probably going to be above average to an above average second pair. He's 24. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's asking for 6 to 7 million. I wouldn't be surprised. And if he is, you got to sign him. And now you're looking at not much cap space left. You got Yak, but I don't know. Is Yak really ready, though? I don't know if Yak is really ready. That's the thing. But if he wants to go long and he wants to be a second, it's going to be a tough call. Let's put it this way. I would give him a contract, but I'd keep the no trade clause down. He would be a guy that you'd want to be able to trade. I don't think Yak is ready for next year. His overall game's still got a long way to go. Like I don't know if I want to be running in the playoffs with Yak like way up there. with playing. I just would like a little bit more support. I wonder what Spence's value would be out there. Now, it really does come down to it's Chuck, right? It really comes down to his defensive game is really, really bad. It's really, really bad. Like, I would like to sign Spence and let them battle it out, and the one that loses eventually gets traded. So I wouldn't want to give him like heavy trade protection, Spence. Sign him to a bridge. I don't mind signing him long, giving him the money for long term, but I don't want to give him like a no movement clause or like no more than a 10-team no trade clause. And then you do have as he grows better, if Chuck looks like he's going to be a better player, then you can trade him off at that time. Or I suppose, I mean, they need more speed up front. Like I've been saying for sure, does Ridley Gregg have trade protection? No. He's got a really good contract, but that's the hard thing about moving. But I think he's low. You got Spence, Ridley, Gregg, and if you can get a better second line right winger with speed, I don't know who that would be, but we're talking about Alex Tuch right now. So would Alex Tuch go to Canada? That's the hard part, man. I think they might have to pay a premium to get him there. Because, yeah, it's not far from Buffalo. It's not that far from Buffalo, but you got to cross that bloody border. And that's a pain in the ass for your family. Across to Canada to come see their kids and all that kind of stuff like that. And this, until he says that he is signing for sure, the Brady Tkachuk thing is going to be looming over this franchise. It's until he says that. All I've heard so far is I've been full commitment to this team. That doesn't tell me anything. Anybody out there right now wants to hear him say, I'm committed to this team moving forward. There's nothing more I would like to do than sign in Ottawa. Haven't heard a word like that from him. Being from the United States, the whole Florida thing. If I'm Tuch, do I want to move to a different country for a team that barely made the playoffs last year and got spanked by Carolina? And you said he's friends with Brady Tkachuk. Why is he friends with Brady Tkachuk, Larry? Yeah, I know. That's why I would trade Ridley and in a package with Spence and maybe a first round draft pick to get a player up that doesn't have Ottawa on their no trade list. There's a lot of things that would go into that. Maybe I'll take a look at what that would be like. I imagine you would have already looked at that. You can tell me, what winger are you getting for Spence? Oh, okay, so that's I really want to say. What winger are you getting for Spence, Gregg, and a first round pick? That has speed, can pot him. I mean, you're not a superstar right away. That. Like just quickly rolling down here off the top of my head. I could see. Arvidsson seems like a good spot for Ottawa. Arvidsson seems to be able to play anywhere. He played in Edmonton. He played in L.A. He played in Boston. Give him a shot, but that, and then you wouldn't have to give up assets or anything. And I think that would be the most ideal rather than making a trade like I'm proposing here. Samoskevich. Well, I don't think Florida needs like multiple assets. Uh, like Marchessault, I don't know if he'll play in Canada or not. Anthony Mantha, you could give him a shot, but you know how he is after he signs the bag. He's on the IR within a couple months, and then he's sitting out on a beach somewhere. That's a problem with that. Jordan Kyrou, I don't think he will. He would waive to go to Ottawa. It's going to be have to be somebody falling off the vine somewhere. Don't really see anybody, dude. The market is tough. The link doesn't work. Let me try it again, buddy. Oh, try the preview. Did I send one to your Twitter, Larry? If I did, you can use that. Why did the link not work? Copy link. Link copied. Try it again. Try that. If that doesn't work, I'll send it to your Twitter. I'll send it to your Twitter at the same time. I don't know why it wouldn't work in there. Oh, okay. Oh, there we are. You got it.
It worked. It worked.
There, Larry.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah.
Come
So
to defend your sons, did you?
Hell yeah. Okay. Ridley Gregg was in a top 6 role this year, and he's not a top 6 winger. That's the problem. So he didn't have the best year. So he needs to be on that third line. That's where. Oh crap! I gotta. There, I had to mute the thing. I was getting echo. Yeah, Ridley Gregg's gotta be on that third line. That's where he is most effective. He played on the second unit with Cousins and Tuch or whoever, because it was swapped around so much this year. But if they can move him back down to the third line, then that's where that top 6 winger will make that difference.
I just think that it's very. I don't see them making a trade. Oh, Rico's in. Rico, we're getting everybody in the land here today. Look at this. Holy shit.
Well, I have to clean another HVAC, so I was like, is that or this? So I chose this.
How come Rico didn't come in?
He did. He was there for a second.
There you go. There he is. Hey, Rico.
Hey, fellas, what's happening?
We're trying to find a place for Tuch. I already know where I think he likely is going to be going, but we're talking about Ottawa right now. So Larry jumped on.
Yeah.
I just don't
Coming to
see.
defend.
Who are you? You got to trade somebody to get a winger, a top six guy.
Yeah, I don't really know.
You got Giroux. They give him a
Who
contract. You know that. Who are you?
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to trade for at this point, but Jordan Spence is a bit smaller, so he's really good, but I would rather trade when his value is high right now because of all the injuries. He was pushed up in the lineup and he did very, very well. But is that a guy you want to rely on in the playoffs? I don't know. A little bit smaller. He's been manhandled a few times, especially the one in the Islanders early in the year. He literally lost the game because and Anders Lee just pushed him over away, grabbed the puck, scored. So because his value is so high, it's smarter to trade him. And he's a right-hand shot, so there's lots of teams looking for a right-hand shot defenseman. So that's where I kind of see it. Like I would trade at this point.
I just think they like watching them against Carolina. I just think they need more speed in that lineup if they're going to compete. And I think Ridley Gregg is just not that. If you're going to get a top six, I'd say Ridley Gregg, Spence in a first, and I don't know who you would get on that for that, or if anybody would be interested in that.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a trade that's going to happen anytime soon. But when you get to training camp, and then there's a lot of like, oh, how are we going to fit this team together? And we need to make some cap room. I think that's where you're going to see a little bit more, a better picture on who might be available, who might not be, and where teams would be a little bit more willing to wheel and deal. Because right now, a lot of teams are in panic mode because they're like, there's nobody on the free agent market. Like, what are we going to do? So everybody's talking trade. It's like, can I get this guy? Can I get that guy? There's probably like tons of talking going on right now. And the value of players are just going up and up and up as the talk keeps going.
Off the top of my head, Bill here, and a team that really could use a defenseman. Kind of are doing the still want to get prospects deal thing. Is everybody done here? Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, no, I can hear
in
you.
And out.
Yeah, I just had a
can you hear me?
that I was losing. Yeah, I was losing connection. Philadelphia Flyers, Owen Tippett.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Owen Tippett.
Why is his deal up or something?
He
Why is
doesn't
his
have
name
trade
coming up?
protection. They got too much on the side. Rico, what do you think of that?
I like Owen Tippett, man. Like mid-year when he was healthy, like he was looking like a poor man's Nate McKinnon out there. Dude, I love that player.
Right.
I mean, he was hurt in the playoffs. I mean, there was. Yeah, like Noah Cates was hurt, Tippett was hurt, Dvorak was hurt. Like Philly was just crippled in that series against Carolina. Not like they would have beaten them, but they would have had a little better series.
They drained it after the Olympic break. They just I think they just ran out of gas. They were way out of it, and they just went balls out after the Olympic break. And I think just kind of ran out of gas. But they got that Martone kid, and they've got Konechny already.
Mm-hmm. But isn't Tippett playing center though?
Tippett is a left.
Okay.
Oh, no, he's a winger. But they got Forster, they got Barkey, and they could feasibly use another defenseman. I don't know if they have an RD though, but it's going to be.
Unless
they
you
got
move
some decisions.
wrist at line.
Michkov is supposed to be a right winger. They were playing him left winger. They probably got to put him back to the right side, as long as he comes into camp in shape. And now you've got they got a lot of right wingers here that they could package for something. So I don't know, maybe Ottawa can do something there. I think they would be looking for a center though, more than another. That's the only thing. I don't know if the fix.
It depends. So Dylan Cousins was tested on the wing during the World Championship and played pretty well. Like, he can play the wing, and if you can move him up to the first line, you can bump Pinto up to the second line centerman spot, and then you can fill in another top forward. Or Ottawa, to get their top six forward, move Cousins to the wing, bump Pinto up, and then find yourself a perfect third line centerman. That's another way to do it too, and that's cheaper that way. Yeah, you can find a third line centerman. Those are harder to find. And playing Dylan Cousins, who's a very powerful skater, with a Tim Stützle, like, it should work on paper. They don't really play together, but something to test. And then Brady.
You could just move things around.
That's the only other way to do it. Like, that might be the way Steve Stais is looking, because he's like, I don't have a ton of assets, and I don't really want to trade any of them, but I think Jordan Spence will be in play if somebody wants to give him what he wants for him. I don't think he'll be signed till end of July or something, or beginning of August. I don't think it's going to be a fast contract, because they're going to explore that move for him first, especially when the free agency goes and all the few good ones go. Then players are going to be like, well, now what do I do? How do I get myself my right shot defenseman? There's Jordan Spence. Maybe we'll inquire, see what we can give up to get him, and if it's what Ottawa wants, then it's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you could. I don't know if you're selling high on him. I still think that kid's got a lot to give. I mean, for a 25-year-old, he still hasn't really grown into that body yet. I'm not saying you keep him if Yakimachuk's ready, but I think you could still sell higher yet on him.
Like, Kari Yakimchuk's not like NHL like proven ready, but when he came up in that game against Detroit, when Ottawa and Detroit played, and that was like the high pressure game. You're not coming in to play bottom line minutes. He came in to run the top power play unit. He came in and scored his very first period. He scores a highlight reel assist, and it's just like, damn this kid. Like, he's got the offensive touch, but it's the defensive side that he needs to work on.
Right. He does need to work on it a lot. There's no doubting his skill, but it's one game late in the season against a whole bunch of players that have played 77 games or whatever it was. Like, this guy needs to be tested yet. I think he's going to need a year or two just to build into the NHL, where Spence has already been working on it for a while. And if he pops over Spence builds a good resume for himself. Now I think you got an asset that can do something. That's why I think I don't think they change much. Maybe a guy like Holla, 35 years old, if he still wants to make an NHL contract next year to fill in that spot, and then Cousins moves to the wing or something like that. But the whole thing was about Tuch. So
yeah, I think Hall stays in Carolina. I don't think he's moving.
What's that?
I don't think you're talking about Taylor Hall.
Oh, no. Holla, Eric Holla.
Oh, Holla. Oh, I'm just like he's not leaving Carolina.
No, Holla. Yeah, guys like that. Yeah, I mean, he can.
You need somebody with speed. That's what they want. They want somebody with speed.
Yeah,
100%.
I don't know. Is Holla fast? I'm not sure.
I think he's like average.
Yeah, you definitely would want someone with speed. I mean, they can't really be too picky. But this was about Tuch, and Tuch isn't going to Ottawa. So
I know, but I can dream. Like,
yeah. Do you want to stick around for where else Tuch could go to? What do you think, Rico?
I just think that Zetterlund needs to take a step in Ottawa. That's one guy that they've had higher expectations for, I think, too. Like,
Yep. Well,
they were
I'm pretty
hoping
sure
that he
that's
would
how.
move into.
I don't know why you'd put high expectations on Zetterlund. He is what he is. He's always been that way. He improved defensively a lot, man. That's why I wanted Green to get the Adams last year. Every single freaking player on this team popped defensively. Every single.
Yep.
But
No, I had him for the Adams.
He is what he is. He's a drive to the net. He's a drive to the net. Looks like he should score 25 to 30, but never does it. He's always been that.
It sucks because you took a risk on him and you're just like, let's sign him low and hope that he hits high, but obviously that hasn't popped yet. So I don't want him on the fourth line. So it's either we're gonna have to move him, or maybe they gave him a talking to and said, hey, like, you need to figure out your offensive side, or you're gonna be you're gonna be stuck on that fourth line.
Maybe your off ice conditioning too.
He's definitely not a condition issue as Zetterlund. Do you know his nickname?
Who, Zetterlund's?
Yeah.
No.
It's called the cigarette machine. He just keeps going and going and going and going. No, he's ripped. And he's So like when if you ever watch a video of him, if you watch him in training camp videos or him lifting weights, like this guy can bench like 270 no problem.
That's crazy.
He's pretty fast, obviously. You watch him play, but he just doesn't have that finish. He just can figure out that finishing touch. He could score 25 goals, no problem. Just not consistent.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. He can get to the net, but he can't do anything when he gets there. He's like me when I play basketball. I could dribble through everybody, but I couldn't do fuck all once I got there. It's terrible. What do you think of Matty Beniers? Says Elmo. What do you think of Matty Demir? I think that Seattle loves Matty Beniers more than Matty Beniers probably should be loved. But I love him as a second line shutdown center. He's not a number one. Killer if you can have him as a third line. I mean, that's a luxury that most teams couldn't afford. But as a second line shutdown guy, he's never going to give the points that they have thought that he would get because he's just not that kind of guy. He reminds me of Mikko Koivu in Minnesota. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good player. Really good player. Like him a lot. I don't think he's leaving Seattle unless you give it time.
Yeah. Or they overpay for Alex Tuch in Seattle and Tuch goes for the bag instead of a winning team.
No, I don't think Seattle's not that far off.
Like, I don't know what Seattle is.
Yeah.
Seattle it has holes, but they definitely I think their defense it's pretty solid. They got good goaltending, so they just need to figure out a couple forwards, and they can be right there.
Get some scoring. I mean, if they can re-sign Bobby McMahon, if he wants to stay there, that'd be.
You have Grubauer, who's okay. Joey Decord, who's a stud. So your goaltending is definitely fine with those two. You got Vince Dunn, who's still in his prime. You got Montour, who's been pretty good there. A little bit down season, but overall pretty good. Adam Larson, that's been solid. Like, not flashy, but Cale Fleury's had a good year there. So you got a pretty good defensive core there. He's not
Vince Dunn is good. Adam Larson should not be anybody's top line right D, not even close anymore. He's not very good. Lindgren they got two reach around guys on this team. Ryan Lindgren and the spiritual reach around Chandler Stevenson.
Spiritual reach arounds play a key role because they're good with their hands and the heimies, but they're also good mentally.
Yeah.
They're good for the room.
They're great speakers. They know how to talk. They know how to use their mouth.
Spectacle.
But I mean, this team's all over the place. You got like this old Jordan Eberle captain kind of dude. Jared McCann's 30 now. He's going to be are they going to sign him past 30? Berkeley Catton, I mean, he looks like he's going to be a good guy. for sure. I don't know. Kako
That
was like
Yanni,
mid sort of.
Yanni Nyman,
points. Yanni
Shane
Newman.
Wright's there. Newman, yeah.
Shane Wright, he's on the block because he's mad because they don't give him ice time, but he doesn't really establish that he can play against low competition. I don't blame him for not giving him higher competition. It's a really weird team. Like it's not. There's nothing here. There's no game breakers. They got a lot of good kind of stuff that I thought what they were doing where they were going to take a bunch of like Eberles and stuff, wait 2 years because you had 2 week drafts. And then this year they were going to start selling them off and getting picks for these 2 drafts, which are deep as hell, but they didn't. And I don't know. I love Cale Fleury. Cale Fleury is the next Witherspoon. Watch out for that guy. Late blooming guy that I do really like him. Riker Evans is okay. I don't know. It's a weird team. But I would not be surprised if they go out and get Alex Tuch for some reason. And there are no income tax thing. Then maybe they trade Kako. Like they would be better with Tuch. Don't get me wrong, but this is a team that's built that has to fight way too hard in the regular season to make the playoffs. They're not a contender by any stretch.
They were right there for most of the season and then just fell off.
Well,
and that's why they grabbed Bobby McMahon, right? That's why they didn't sell off their guys. They had to make that decision whether to sell or to buy, and they ended up buying, and they missed. So, I mean, that sets them back a little bit too by not moving like a Jaden Schwartz. And
I liked that Oscar Fisker Molgard looked like he had a lot of potential, but I don't know what he's going to turn into. And depth wise, like they struck out with Edward Sala. Yager Furcus looks like he could play. It's a very mid team, and they seem happy with that. Jake O'Brien, he's had good numbers down there. He was a top pick.
Yep.
But it's kind of all over the place with that team. I don't know where they're going. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did a Tuch thing like that. I wouldn't be surprised. But would Tuch want to go all the way to Seattle and play for a team that's fairly mid?
Yeah, it's definitely far away from home.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, what's Tuch, 30 now?
Yeah, he's 30. Yeah.
I mean,
there's so many places Tuch could end up going, but
that's why I wanted to do this because I want to go over them. Like, if you look at the West, I mean, if he really wants to go for a cup, and basically Edmonton doesn't care about goaltending anymore or getting depth. You can try that out, I guess.
Why not?
They got. I mean, it would push on Colson down to the third line, and that would, but you wouldn't be able to sign Dickinson, and you still would be pretty low on depth. But if you got like Tuch, Draisaitl, and Savoy, or Tuch, McDavid, and Hyman, he'd get a shit ton. What would the I don't know.
Well, Gozen,
I know they're
Tuch. Yeah, that'd be a good second line.
Yeah, and then Savoy with Hyman and McDavid, then Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Tuch. Then you can move Nugent Hopkins to the third C, and then whatever you got left out of Adam Henrique at 4 center.
Yeah, really like
that guy's taking a nosedive.
I'd really like to get Podkolzin down to the third line, but yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Why would he go all the way to Edmonton? I don't see it happening. But
yeah, I mean, Tuch's an American player too, right? So it's not like he's buddies with McDavid or anything.
See, with like Podkolzin, it's just like the same thing with like Ridley Gregg. Amazing, probably really good third line player, but if you put him in a second line role, you're not going to get everything out of him.
Yeah. I like Ottawa.
Yeah, he's
I had high hopes for him.
As good as he can there. Like, he's a really top well. He's really worked on his game to become a really good third line left winger. Like, really good. but he doesn't have the creativity to play up there. You prefer to have somebody more.
He's a guy that could fill.
A filler, yeah.
He's developing into a decent power forward, Podkolzin. Like, he's getting a little bit of aggression into his game, and he can create some space for himself. And he develops into that type of player, he will be effective.
I don't think there's anybody in the game that's worked harder at his game than Podkolzin. Maybe that's hard, but that guy works his balls off. Like, I love the guy, but I would prefer.
He probably just watches what McDavid does, and this, just creates motivation for him.
Yep.
So in the West, I don't really see anyone else. I can't see him going all the way to Anaheim. Vegas has enough problems with Dorofeyev and all that. I don't see him going back to Vegas. Anaheim's got a lot of forwards there, but
a place that would embrace and love Tuch, I think, would be Calgary. They'd love him there.
Oh yeah, they're a rebuilding team. You can't see him going there.
Correct. Yeah.
Tuch wants a cup, right? And he's basically felt what it was like to not win one. Yeah, he didn't win one in Vegas. He kind of sniffed the playoffs this year with Buffalo. And when he's thinking of signing that deal and inking it to paper for that long term, like, you're either going for the money or you're going for a chance to win the cup for the remainder of your career.
Yeah. If he's going out west, it's got to be like a slam dunk situation where, like, there is a really high chance he wins a cup, and probably doesn't want to sign super long. And I don't see it there. I don't see him going to Edmonton, giving him a slam dunk and win the cup. Colorado doesn't have any cap space after they sign McCarr. Like,
Colorado's in trouble. They need to figure something out.
What about Dallas if they don't sign Robertson and they sign Tuch instead?
That's a slight possibility.
But if
you're not going to sign Robertson for 13, probably it's going to come in at 12.5, 13, but you'll sign Tuch for 10.5. Maybe you can get him for a little less because it's a no tax state. But
yeah, and that's the same thing with Tampa too, right? If Tampa sniffs out Alex Tuch and all of a sudden they offer him 9 or 9.5.
Let's go out to the east and we'll look at Tampa, because that's where I think he may go. That's where I think he might go. They've got just enough cap space for that. They don't care about tomorrow. And he would fit great with Cirelli and Hagel on the right side there. And I bet you he does it for like 9.5.
And where's Tampa getting all this cap space from? Is it because I mean, they're not paying Radish. They'll have to pay him. He's as good as gone. But where's Tampa getting all this cap space?
In this scenario, they don't pay Radish.
Look at all the cap hits. There's not one over 10 million. They've all spread the money around.
Yeah.
In this scenario, they don't pay Radish. Radish is going to go for the bag, man. That guy didn't have. I don't think he's made $1 million in his whole career. Like,
imagine what his paychecks will look like when he opens up that first paycheck. He checks his account compared to like his whole career.
Yeah, we talked about it yesterday, Larry, when we were watching TV there. I think you were, Rico, were you on when we were talking about, I thought maybe Nashville might be a good spot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to look at other teams, but since you brought up Tampa Bay, I think this one makes sense. It's a contending team. It's got a lot of winners on there. It's a nice place to live.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going from Buffalo, Tampa's not a bad landing spot.
Nope. And they got another about four years in their window, and then it's rebuild time.
Maybe if Point can get his shit together. I mean, he really has regressed a lot. But they'll keep on banging the drum with him.
Was it just because Point was just banged up and like hurt?
He was playing with injuries all year,
Yeah.
Ever since that one injury he's had, he's basically become like very Nylander-ish. He can't get back anymore. He gets stuck in the ozone all the time. And then his offense even dropped off last year. So we'll see if he has a rebuild. But I used to be one of the better shutdown centers in the game. And the last 3 years, it's been abysmal.
Yeah. And we backed off his shot props like for a while, like towards the end of the year. Like you weren't.
So whatever that injury was, I think he's been struggling with it ever since he got fixed. It's limited something in him or something like that. But I don't think they're gonna like. He's been part of the fabric there for so long. They're just gonna work with it. But Tuch, Sorelli, and Hagel, that is one fucking hell of a shutdown line, man. And then Gunsel, who's also a pretty darn good shutdown player and can score 40, goes up on that top line, and he gives Point a little more protection there with Kucherov. And I mean, your top two is fucking sweet.
Nick Paul's decent two-way guy too, isn't he? Nick Paul.
He's slipping too. I don't know what happened last year, but he was slipping. Gord, Gergensen. I mean, the guy that will get more ice time if he's healthy is Holmberg. Can you believe Toronto just let that fucking guy go? Holmberg will get
guy's just a ball of energy and a smart player.
Yeah, very smart player. I can't believe they just let him go like that.
Yeah, Team Sweden took him to the Olympics.
Yeah. He's good, man. He's really good. He's not going to provide much offense for you, but he's really smart, good player, like very good. And they got ass toast. So as long as you got ass toast, you're all right.
Ass toast is a right-hand shot defenseman too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Chernak, Astos, McDonough, Hedman. I mean, decent top four there.
It's not bad.
And their defense
Sorry. Go ahead, Larry.
Their defense is really cheap too. Like Hedman's making 8, Moser's making 6.7 for the next 8 years. Like McDonough, if he doesn't regress, he's only making 4.1. Kernak's only making 5.2. Like for the next 4 years, like their defense is solid for the next little.
I forgot about Moser too. He's a versatile guy.
That was an incredible pickup. I swear to God, in Arizona, I did not see Moser turning into this at all. Like I was like, Moser, does any team develop defensemen better than Tampa? I don't think so. Like that, he's turned into a great player from that Sergachev trade. Like I'm blown away. And they just keep on bringing up these freaking guys from the minors that just kick ass. That late like Radish and Astos.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I never heard of Astos in my life before hearing him this year.
Oh, I used to be my nickname in high school. Yes, I know. And somebody said in the chat, it's Astu. They say Astu, and I said, yeah, that's French for ass toast.
Yeah, it's like Guy Hebert. It's actually Guy Hebert.
Guy Hebert.
Remember the old goalie, Guy Hebert?
Yeah, Guy Hebert, yeah.
It's like, I'm actually Guy Hebert. I'm from Queens.
Guy Hebert. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, that's where I think there's a really good chance he does this. I think there's a really good chance. And Tampa doesn't. Tomorrow is like nothing to them. They got a very small window. They got to win now. Whatever happens later happens later. The good thing is like as these guys get older and they find a way to trade them, everybody wants to go to Tampa. So they're like Florida. They have the advantage of, grabbing guys, and they're such good developers of talent that they just might even get away with it with like doing in St. Louis, where you bring in these guys and you're really not even rebuilding. You're just kind of, little dipping off. Could be. I don't know.
There's one team I'm surprised you didn't even suggest. I think, what about Montreal?
I'm not done yet. I don't know if he'd like to go to Canada, but Montreal, let's go to it. Yeah, let's go.
I think that's the perfect fit for him. If I had to, if I'm being non-biased and because I want him, I think Montreal is like the perfect fit. It's a team that's going to be a contender for the next 6 years, probably. So
I agree, but I don't know if he's like into the Canada thing or not. That's always the problem with when you're looking at teams like Montreal. I don't know. I mean, it isn't far from Buffalo. I mean, there's a lot of things that would work out well
and
there. I
not
don't
far
think
from the
they're
border
very
either.
good
Like,
cap-wise. No, it's not far. But every time your family has to come over, isn't there like things you got to do when you're crossing over to Canada, or vice versa? Now,
there's
all the time.
there's
It's harder
rules
to
because
go to
I'm
the
going to
US.
Buffalo this week. I'm going to Buffalo this week, and I was reading about the rules, and you got to be over the border for at least 24 hours to even bring back $200 worth of goods, or you get taxed and duty taxed on. Or if you go
Yeah.
for 48 hours, you're allowed $800 in duty. So like if wife wants to come over and go shopping in Montreal or something, you got to stay there for a minimum 48 hours to bring back $800 worth of stuff max without getting dutied and taxed on. Like $800 will cost you $266 in tax if you don't stay there for 48 hours.
As long as you don't have a criminal record, it's easy to get into Canada, because when people are going to Alaska, they have to drive through, and people get through no problem. Like, you can bring guns over the border. Oh, I'm going to Alaska. Like, Canada's more relaxed. It's the other way around, where it's like, I need to go through your whole phone and make sure there's nothing on here before we let you go and everything now. Like, the U.S. is a lot more. It's more harder for a Canadian to come to the U.S. than a U.S. citizen to come to Canada.
Well, I'll let you guys know. I'm going to be crossing the border on Wednesday and coming back Friday.
Yeah. Well, they got to sign Bolduc. I don't think it's going to cost a lot, but they've only got 10 point some million. Now, it looks like Gallagher is going to be going to Vancouver, so you could take that off. That's 6.5. So everybody else is signed, and then they've got Josh Anderson comes off the books. Like, I think a lot of these guys, I don't know if they're going to re-sign him or not.
Yeah, Gallagher, Josh
Demidov's going to need a contract, but they got lots of cap space after this next year. 53 million.
Yeah, if
So,
Alex Tuch
I mean, I agree with you. Just on a pure hockey move.
Yeah, I'd be pissed if he went there.
Just on a pure hockey move. Regardless of what, like, say Tuch wants to go there, I think is a hell of a move. Do they want to give him 8 years at 30 year old? That's what we talked about before. Like, Tuch's going to be good in the 3-4 year window, but he plays tough minutes, man. Like, he could look like a bad contract like Gallagher or something like that after 4 or 5 years. So that's something that they would have to consider, because their window is 8-9 years from now. That's the only thing. And he's a better right winger, so you could put Slafkovsky over on the left, and you still don't get the center you're looking for.
Yeah, I think
that's the thing.
Kirby Dach's
I don't think Hayes is going to be ready. Probably not.
Montreal needs a scoring center. I mean, they've got their two-way centers there with Suzuki and Danault.
See, look there. Trade for Larkin, sign Tuch, boom. They're the Stanley Cup favorite.
They would be. I mean, if you're
probably,
but now, but
Larkin's not.
He's not going now.
No,
that's the only problem. Yeah,
he already gave his teams out, and he did exactly what I said he would do. He took two teams that really don't have a chance to, or the prospects, or either the prospects or the cap space, Tampa, Dallas, and Minnesota, who can easily beat them cap space wise. So he did. He made himself look like a nice guy that he's giving more teams when he's not really giving more teams.
It's crazy, eh? How that gets framed. I mean, some people see it one way, but if you look at it the right way, you see exactly what he did there. Yeah.
Well, you should have just.
They lose out on Larkin. Yeah. Lose out on Larkin, and Tuch goes to Detroit.
He wouldn't dare go to our biggest rival.
Really good centerman.
Yeah, that's right. Like Dallas, do they need Larkin? They could move Johnston over to the wing, but they have Hintz. They're going to trade. You can try to trade Hintz. He's got a no trade clause. If you want to try to do something for Robertson Robertson can sign with who he wants, really. Like,
or what happens if Seguin can't play again? Like, what's his rehab going to look like?
He has a no-trade clause if I look at it already.
The Sagan's
he had a contract before it. So
how many years has that been going on where Seguin plays, gets hurt every single year, and
he's
just done.
He's never been known for his off-ice. He's never been known for his off-ice conditioning. It's part of the geriatric trio there. Duchesne.
What about the Leafs? What about the Leafs? Max Domi might not play hockey ever again.
No, he'll play.
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah, I think what's his name? Chaika said that he's doing a lot better than he was like 2 weeks ago. So it's all going to come down to training camp.
That should be disappointing if you're a Leafs fan.
Probably, yeah. Apparently he's regressing good. So.
Oh yeah, I wanted to see if Robertson had a no trade.
He's a restricted free agent. He needs a contract.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, did he have a no trade clause before he in the previous contract? Though?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
after July 1st, they can move him. Because July 1st, his contract's done. He doesn't have a no trade clause. He just has arbitration rights. That's it. You can move him.
Yeah, the only thing he could do is if they tried to trade him somewhere, like let's say they tried to do the Detroit thing. He would basically say, "Yeah, $17 million. I'll take it." Yeah, he'll just price himself out. If he doesn't want to go there, he'll just price himself. Say, "I don't want to go." Why would you want to go to Detroit without Larkin? Nobody's going to want to go there.
That's the question. That's the thing. But
I mean,
Perlo died.
Stevie Y's got to play this. Don't like this. He makes him come back and all that shit. Makes him come back to Detroit. This is an Olympian. This is a highly respected American player. If you send anybody who doesn't have Detroit on their NTC, you haven't made the playoffs in 9 years. You got to be pretty bold to think you can fuck over a captain that you couldn't build a team around for the whole time you were there. So much that this guy, that more than pretty much anybody else, finally had to cry and say, "I go," and you tell him he has to come back, and the Minnesota's giving you a decent deal. Anybody without a no trade clause out there that doesn't have Detroit on their NTC will have them on their NTC. You won't be able to get a free agent for the next decade. Nobody will want to go.
Did they say why Larkin wanted out? Did he give any reason, or that just slipped out somewhere?
He's not going to say it publicly. He just put the dots together.
Yeah, it's kind of
Andrew Kopp is your second line center after rebuild. What do you? Come on, doesn't take a rocket surgeon. I love that's a George W. Bush quote. I love it. It's not rocket surgery. Yeah, I mean, I do not blame him. You throw Larkin in Minnesota next year if they sign Zuccarello back or put Boldy and Kaprizov on his line, the guy's got 90-plus points easy. People say, "Oh, he's a second-line center." Drager said that today. He's a second-line center.
Who?
What are you talking about? No.
Larkin?
He's a number one center. Yeah.
Unless your number one center is like Austin Matthews or Connor McDavid. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. McDavid, Matthews, the elite guys.
Larkin, Kaprizov, and Boldy on the first line.
Yeah.
You'd have some speed.
He's getting 90, 95. Oh, that line will crush, dude. Crush. And then everybody will do what they said about Marner. What happened to him? I guess he just needed to get out of Detroit. No, it's the same fucking player, you idiots. The guy was playing with Finney, and Raymond. I like Raymond, don't get me wrong, but he's no Kaprizov. He's no Kucherov. Finney on your left
Raymond
side.
was hurt all year too.
He turned out well, but he's not top.
Yeah. Marco Kasper hasn't developed yet.
Raymond was
I guess Raymond was playing with an underlying injury all year that he had to play through, apparently.
Right. And now you're playing with an injured guy on the right side, and they're wondering why his 5-on-5 numbers are down and they died late in the season. He's got to play against everybody's top line, got home and away. Like, McClellan couldn't even get him matchups at home because the rest of the lineup couldn't handle top lines. Like, same as what happened in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
The Brinket's a scorer.
The fact that he got, what did he get?
Lost
60 points or something like that? The fact that he got 60 points, take point, put him in Detroit with that lineup and those line mates. What does he get for points? Maybe 50, 55, something like that. Take Larkin, put him with Kucherov and Gunsel. What's he get? 90, 95, maybe even push 100.
Yeah.
Still defensive or very good anyways.
Sad, man, because that was a homegrown guy. Like, all right. Detroit drafted, developed him, and now he's going to walk.
I'm telling you, it rips his heart out to do what he's doing. It rips his heart out.
Because he's from there, too.
He is. Here's one thought that I like to think of different things. So here's one thought, too, that nobody's really even talked about. What happens if the owner sits down and says, okay, like if we're going to lose Larkin, maybe they get rid of Yzerman and bring somebody in that Larkin's like, I believe in you and I'll stay now. I don't know if it's too late for that, but that could be a better move for Detroit because I don't think Yzerman's going to do anything much more than he has now.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, that's possible, I suppose. Maybe. I'm pretty sure the owner's talking. Illich is talking to Larkin right now and trying to smooth this shit over. Like, maybe that's what happens. Look, Yzerman's got a mandate to fucking go out and get players right now. Give it some time. Calm down. I get what you're saying. If you don't like what you see in the summer, we'll move you to where you want to go. I think that's what's happening right now. Like,
yeah,
they can't lose.
And Larkin's like, I don't want to give you another summer. But with what's happened, I don't think there's a way Larkin can play this year. So in Detroit, if it does, it'll get worse.
Or you move Yzerman to like another role in the front office, and you bring up Chris Draper or somebody. Like, he's been getting groomed into a GM's role.
Yeah. But it's still somebody. It would almost feel like you'd need to get somebody outside the organization because I think just the whole thing, or somebody to talk to them, somebody to smooth things over. But I honestly think, like, they were talking on Drager with my guy Rhett today, Warner. They said if you like, I couldn't understand why they couldn't figure out what was going on, but they kind of went around it. But like, what was I going to say now? I forgot it. They kind of went around this whole situation, the whole situation about why he's going where he's going. Oh, that's what it was. It was about who leaked it, because Drager, he knows like he knows usually the agents, they don't want stuff like this getting out like this either. Like, usually they don't want this to become public. Like, they don't want it to go this way. But I think in this case, I have a feeling Larkin has been saying he wants out. He came out and says he wants to trade now. Do you think he just woke up one day? Now, Drager says that Steve Yzerman and them were surprised by this. So maybe it's true. Like, he's more of an insider that way, but I don't know. I find it hard to believe he just woke up one day and said this. I have a hard to believe that they didn't kind of have an insight that this was coming.
Oh, and you have to remember they were in a playoff spot for 93% of the season, and then just crap the bed the last 10 games, and like that hurts more than just missing the playoffs. Like you're just like, we were planning game one and we're getting ready, and next thing you know, blink of the eye, you're out of the playoffs. Like that hurts more than missing it with 20 games to go.
Yeah. I'll go into my next team here, but it's unlikely, but I think it's a possibility of money is the biggest factor. But
Columbus.
It feels like this has been brewing for a while, and Larkin and Yzerman's been trying to count, and the Larkin finally just told his agent, "Make it public. Let's get this fucking thing going." That's what it feels like to me. But Drager said that this is some sort of a surprise to Yzerman. So it's hard to know exactly how that works.
The one thing that he said that actually goes against that is it was like early in the season he talked about how he believed in Steve Yzerman. He's like, I believe in Steve's plan and I'm committed here. Yeah. He said that at the beginning of the season, so I don't think that's his mindset, or he would have just said something generic.
Somewhere
in between, something changed.
Yeah, Warner said maybe it's something we're not even thinking about, and something happened off ice and he has to go. Like he talked about situations where marital problems, like stuff like that, and then Drager put that to rest right away. Said there's nothing dark on that.
No,
I think you brought up a good point about the fact that the team burnt out late in the season, including Larkin, and I think he's just maybe getting tired. He wants to go somewhere where he can be exactly and look like the player he actually is. It's not Larkin's fault. He's done everything, man. That guy has sold 100%. His soul to the Red Wings.
He was injured at the end of the season. He came back in that Detroit-Ottawa game, and he was not even close to 100%. That's like what you do in the playoffs, not with 15 games left in the season. So I think, it's he gave everything he could this year, and then to watch it slip away, like he's probably still super upset about it and pissed. And when you sit there with that mindset, then you're just like, this is it. I can't do it again. And that's probably where
he's tired at the end of every year. And they brought up a good point that I'd already thought of, was it was an Olympic year. And Bill Guerin was a manager of that Olympic team. Bill Guerin picked him to be on the team over guys like Scheifele, guys that are Western.
No, Scheifele's Canadian. They picked him over Robertson, Jason Robertson, and Caulfield.
Yeah, and Robertson. Those are pretty big names. I thought Scheifele was American.
No, he's
Canadian, 100%. That's why he's still in Winnipeg. He loves Winnipeg.
I'm the last person to talk about what country they're from, especially if they're Canadian American. I hardly pay attention to it, unless there's Olympic year. I usually don't know who is from where. But he was picked by Guerin, so that shows like he's got to have a lot of respect for that, and knows that Guerin obviously likes him a lot. And then Guerin's talking to him the whole time, and you've got Hughes on the team, and they were friends for a long time. And
how's it going over there in Detroit, Dylan? How you guys doing? You guys building something there? No, man, dude. Yzerman didn't pick up anybody at the last trade deadline. We're scraping. I don't see us winning in the next couple of years. Like, dude, you're getting older, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to just start winning sometime.
And he's talking to his buddy Quinn, and he was like, "Why didn't you come to Detroit?" You just explain why I didn't come to Detroit. The team sucks over there, buddy. You got to get out of there.
You had don't forget you had John Hines there too, the assistant coach in Minnesota.
There you go, John Hines.
Yeah. You don't think they all went out for beers after winning the Olympic gold? They all went for drinks, and then the lips start getting a little loose and the talking starts going.
Yeah. Oh, man, it would be awesome if you were in Minnesota, dude. It's like right by Michigan, and freaking, we'd love to have you. I could just hear it, man. And the wheels get turning, and man, it would, like, imagine playing with imagine having a winger on my line. Oh,
Dude, I already talked to Billy G, man. We can pull it off. Quinn Hughes is telling them. I already talked to Billy G about it. He said you're cool. He's cool with you coming to Minnesota.
Yeah, and Quinn's like, I'm gonna sign, dude. I'm gonna sign. Don't worry about it. I'm signing in Mini for 3-4 years at 17 million. I'll be there. Don't worry about it, because I know he's gonna sign. We get their best friends, like from early on. Like they came up at the same time with each other. Well, sort of. Larkin's older than Hughes. I don't know how they know each other, but I heard they're pretty close friends. So, yeah, it's so happening. There's no doubt about it. All right, I got another team here, and I know like it's can be unlikely, and the only reason why I could see this happening, the Columbus Blue Jackets. The only reason why I could see it happening is Columbus will pay through the nose for Tuch. They'll throw the bag at him because they have a hard time getting guys going to Columbus. They got a lot of pressure from ownership to start making playoffs. Not even winning cups, just make playoffs so we're not bleeding money. Even though they got great fans there and all that shit, but they don't have great sponsorship. They don't have lots of revenue coming in from different areas. They need to make playoffs.
They need to do something because Zach Werenski's is almost done his contract here. And if Columbus is going nowhere still, do you think he resigns? Probably not.
It's a good question. So they need to show Werenski that they're willing to throw the bag of players to get guys in there. And I mean, you could play in Buffalo. Could you play in Columbus? No, I could see them going as high as 11 and a half. Like it won't be because of money. He doesn't go to Columbus. It'll be because Columbus hasn't won anything in a long time. I think maybe made the playoffs twice in their whole existence or something like that. And it's a landlocked city. It's not sexy. It's very tough there in Columbus. They're on like top 3 of the no trade list of everywhere in the league.
They'll give him 11 and a half, and they'll give him a Lamborghini he can use as long as he's under contract for the Columbus Blue Jackets.
And a lifetime supplies of Heimies, probably.
Yeah.
Which is, that's worth it in itself.
Yeah, I think you could go there. Like, I think, Columbus is going to have their own problems here because Werenski's right in his prime now. He just won on Norris, so
yeah.
He's like, guys, like I got a couple more years here. Like, let's get some players here because otherwise, see ya.
I think Werenski won in Norris, so Columbus could get a little light shined on their organization. I think that had nothing to do with who was the best defenseman in the league last year.
I agree with it. I think he was the best defenseman. It just sucked he didn't make the playoffs. They were close, but
he's not better than Seider.
This year, I think for what he had and what he did, I think
there was a couple questionable ones. Like Lindy Ruff should have won the Adams.
Well, that was all. I bet that before the season, Cooper was winning that token award for sure. That was just a token award. There's Werenski. I mean, he has a good year. Bouchard had a better year. But nobody's going to say that because he plays for a team that has no offensive depth whatsoever. And he ends up looking like shit on a lot of plays because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Werenski kind of does too, but nobody notices in Columbus. Like if Werenski was playing in Edmonton and Bouchard was playing in Columbus, Bouchard would have won this year. Werenski would be made fun of because of some plays that looked really bad to the eye test because he looked up and there was nobody around to pass to and somebody took a puck off his stick. Like that, it would be the opposite. But I get it. Like, good. I'm not saying Werenski's a bad defenseman. I'm happy for him, no doubt about it. Like he's very, very good. He's extremely good defenseman, and it's good for Columbus to be able to hang that on their organization. So it's good. It's good.
Where's the definition? I want to see the definition of the Norris Trophy. Somebody was talking about this. Given to the defenseman who demonstrates throughout the season the greatest all-around ability at their position.
Right.
So it doesn't have anything to do with the team, but like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, don't worry about what they tell you it is, and give it to whatever. That doesn't mean it.
They need to have
There's so many
trophies.
factors. There's so many factors in picking that. Like this was a rough or what's his name? Talk It or Muse or whatever for sure. Like
Travis Green.
Travis Green, yeah, like he just his number one goaltender has a freaking mental breakdown halfway through the season. And he still drags that team into a playoff spot. I'd say that's pretty freaking good, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Lindy Ruff probably should have won it this year. I think that's fair because all that Buffalo went through, but I don't know if it's all just Lindy Ruff because when they changed GMs, just like a light switch went. Because ever since then they changed their GM, they were just like this whole different team. Like it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in the many years of watching hockey.
Kekalainen's a genius.
Columbus, he didn't even change the team. He just came in. He just like stood there, stared at them, and they're just like, "Fuck, we're gonna start winning."
Have you listened to that guy talk in interviews? He doesn't do too many. If you listen to him talk in interviews, you're in your back of your mind, you're saying, "Yeah, okay, dude. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir."
Yeah,
you want to call him sir? Man. That guy demands the room. He's freaking awesome.
I don't think he gets enough credit this year because,
absolutely, I agree.
He was the reason why that team it just gave them confidence. Like I've never seen it before. All my years watching hockey. Yeah, I've seen teams turn around, but I've never seen it because of a GM like that.
Well, I think he came in because what he did in Columbus, Kekalainen, is he did the same thing in Columbus. Nobody wanted to go to Columbus. Nobody. And then Gaudreau went there. He started being able to re-sign players. Like, remember, everybody was leaving Columbus. Panarin was leaving. Everybody was leaving. And then he came. Well, Panarin said he was going to New York no matter what. That's not really their fault. But they had a hard time getting players. And he just changed the environment in that room, in that organization, and in the room. And when he went to Buffalo,
he convinced Johnny Gaudreau to go there.
Yeah, I found that interesting. I don't know how much convincing it was. I wouldn't doubt it. He seems like the guy that has that charisma. I think Johnny went there because it was close to home, but not too close to home. But also, he seemed happy with it. It probably is Kekalainen. And Kekalainen is a draft guru. And they need that. Because if you're not able to draw guys to your team, you better be drafting your ass off. And he is in Europe, he was considered like an absolute genius draft scouting guy.
One guy I'm surprised it still hasn't found a job for not GM, but as a scout was Pierre Dorian. Like, not the best GM, obviously, but that guy knows his players, and he was the guy that convinced to get Erik Karlsson. He's like, no, we're taking the small Swede defenseman, and everybody's like, are you crazy? It's like, no, we're taking him because he's gonna be the best player in this draft.
Yeah, he kind of
everybody's like, what the heck?
he's kind of got shit on for a few things there, but I wonder, like, a guy like that can draft as well as Dorian did, he nailed a lot of picks.
He didn't want to draft. Like, the worst pick that he was involved in was Brian Lee. Brian Lee. But he didn't want to draft him. He was overruled, and they're like, no, this guy's not going to work out. And he was huge on Tyler Kleven. Like, he's like, I want to adopt Tyler Kleven as my son if I could. And look at him now; he's just flourishing in Ottawa.
He's doing all right. I mean, he's going to be a good 3D, but I understand his character, like, is unbelievable. Yeah,
the guy can play. Like, the games get bigger, he plays better.
See, Kleven, did he improve that much?
Oh yeah, he had a really good year. I didn't look at the analytics like the Jay Fresh, but I guarantee it looks good. He was good defensively.
Low competition. It's all right. I don't know.
Because he got when
he's only 23 though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for a 23-year-old that is not the most skilled guy in the world, it's not terrible analytics, and he's just, from what I understand, is his work ethic and and is like off the charts. So he'll probably end up being really good.
He can hit.
If I was what I was going to say though, if I was a team out there, I'd hire Dorian. Just give him like $2 million a year or something like that, and just say, get whatever people you trust for draft and just do the draft. Just do that for us. Or if you find players out there we can go and get us to do it.
Then tomorrow you'll read that the Florida Panthers hired Pierre Dorian.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn it, they're watching.
Yeah. Well, they obviously are watching. There's no doubt about that. Everybody in the land is watching. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Columbus isn't a terrible, like, I don't know. Like, if he really wants to make money, like if Columbus gives him 11.5 or 8, he's got a spot for him there. They're gonna, sell him there. We're buying. We're here to win and all that stuff like that. It's doubtful that he would go that route, but I don't think, like, it's sort of like Boston. I don't think it's completely outlandish. It is far from Buffalo. It's landlocked place. If Tampa Bay's offering him 9.5, he probably takes over Columbus. But
you just have to remember, if you can get Tuch, that moves Werenski's bar closer to like, we're gonna become a contender. So the value there is where people don't look at.
That's right. The value of keeping Werenski and a lot of other players, and you're a smaller market team, like getting these guys, they would have a party for 3 days if they managed to pull him out of there. Besides that, I don't think I saw anybody that. Oh, Washington, because Washington was on Panarin.
Washington's always sneaky, man. Nobody talks about the Caps too much.
Yeah,
they're just always there.
Yeah, they're great. Talk about drafting. Go tell them all about their drafting, Larry.
Yeah. They just find players. Like, look at freaking Pierre-Luc Dubois. They're like, why are you trading for him? And now look at him. Like, I just don't understand. Like, this team is, they find the best in some of the players. You're just like, like, that doesn't look too sexy to be on a team. But it's like Connor McMichael, like, he's come pretty solid now with them. Tom Wilson's a god. Anybody, there's 33 teams that would take Tom Wilson, including the Arizona Coyotes.
If I was the type of person, like, I'm not a collectible person. I got one hat. I have no jerseys whatsoever. But if I were to get anything, if I were to find that Tom Wilson picture or poster when Panarin jumped on his back in that Rangers game, and then at the end of it, he was sitting there going, come on, I fucking want it. That was Tom Wilson's one of my faves of all time, faves in the league. Tom Wilson, the Kachucks, I love those kind of guys, man. I fucking love Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson is awesome. Yeah, for sure.
Brian Leonard, I think he's going to turn out a little bit better than everybody thought too. Like,
people thought he was going to be good, but I think he's going to be extremely good. For sure.
Like, look at his stats there. He got 45 points, but again, once Ovechkin retires after this season, like, this will probably be his last season, he's going to be the go-to guy there. And learning from Ovechkin's not a bad thing. Like, he's slow as hell now, but
he shoots from everywhere. That Leonard, he's got a killer shot and he uses it. Like, I think I see that guy caught in 35-40 one day.
And he's got good speed. He's sneaky, speedy down the wings. I watched so many games where he just slips through the guy in the boards every time, coming down the wing on the right side, and the guy goes in for the hit, and he just little speed boost, gets by him, sneaks in, goes to the net.
Yeah,
watched that in the playoff last year. Yeah, he did
I think
the playoffs against Montreal.
Then that Ilya Protas kid came in last year, and he looked really good when he brought him up with that's his brother, right? Alexei Protas. Nobody saw that guy coming. Like,
see, now they just need the Ruck brothers. They have Protus brothers, Ruck brothers.
yeah.
They'll have
Yeah.
Ruck
And then
brothers
they
on the
went,
second line and the Protus brothers on the third line. Look at
and they
that.
went and got Justin Sorta for a second, and I was like, what? And he played well, man. That dude played really, really well.
Did not even know who he was. So
I knew who he was. I just like a second for sort of at 24 years old, and he played extremely well. What do you think of Washington there, Rico? Well, you said they're sneaky.
I like him, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Ethan Frank, not bad little player. Like, they got some good villains. I mean, McMichael's got good speed, so I think he'll just get better. And I mean, their goaltending's good. I mean,
I forgot
Yeah,
about
they're
Hudson
just-
too. Like Hudson was like
yeah, Cole
Amazing
Hudson,
last
he's
year.
coming. Yeah.
And I thought Timothy Liljegren was a very good pickup. I've been watching that guy for a while. He's gotten better and better and better every year. He's not, people don't like him because he's not the most physical guy in the world, but he's smart. And I thought that was a really good pickup. You watch next year, he's going to have a solid top 4 season, and people are going to be like, where did he come from? I remember in Toronto, he sucked when he really didn't. He just wasn't, he's not the type of defenseman that pops out at you. If you're an eye test person, you're not going to think of Timothy Liljegren. But I think he was perfect age, 27 years old, just hitting his peak, had really good analytics in San Jose last year. Obviously, Washington is an analytics-driven team. I thought that was a really good move.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't mind Liljegren either. With he's back reunited with Sandin, 2 draft picks from the Leafs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. And then they got that Andrew Cristal kid. He didn't light it up in the AHL, but I hear nothing but good about him as far as skill level and tenacity and stuff like that. I don't know. Okay, so Tuch. The only thing about Tuch is if they take him, he's a right winger, and you got Wilson and Leonard already there.
And don't forget about Ovechkin. Ovechkin's going to be, well, he's on the left side, but
He'll be on the left, yeah. They could play him at the left, but they could, like, if they got Tuch, if they threw him the bag, I think they got room to do it. And Ovechkin came back, you would have a really deep team. Ovechkin, Strome, Wilson, McMichael.
they could just
Dubois,
tuck in
Leonard.
the 2 Protuses all together on one line. You'd be like,
That's
fuck.
right. You got 3 lines that can do something, man. Really good 3 lines. Like, you got 3 top end second lines all of a sudden. I don't know. They could do some damage, man. I think Washington makes the playoffs next year. You think so, Rico? We might be able to get a good price on Washington next year. I
don't mind it because Pittsburgh might not make it next year. I mean, Philly maybe. I mean, New Jersey will probably make it next year. I think the Pennsylvania teams might have the hardest times.
Yeah, the East, you just don't know. There's so many good teams.
I'm a little concerned about Philly, but Rick Tuch is such a good coach. It's just when a team bags themselves out like they did to make it after the Olympics, can they find that coasting winning? You know what I mean? Like, you can't go balls out for 82. You're gonna, like Detroit shows you that. You can't go balls out for 82. You're gonna fade. And either that or you're gonna, there's a coasting level of talent and ability and system you have to have in the regular season to be able to do something in the playoffs. And I mean, Michkov comes back and really hits it, but if Washington, because we were talking about Washington last year, we said it just felt like a letdown year with Ovechkin getting a record and all of those sort of things like that. And that's exactly what happened. But this year, I think it's kind of the opposite. I think that if they brought in a guy like Tuch, I would put a lot of energy into this team. A lot of belief into this team. And who knows what they could do. I definitely would be taking them to make the playoffs for sure if they did something like that. I don't know if Tuch wants to go to Washington. Not sure.
My gut, which doesn't mean anything even close to being right, but I just feel like he stays in Buffalo.
It's not happening already. They just said it today.
Did they?
It's not.
Think
Yeah,
so?
it's not looking good. It's not looking
Really?
good that he's staying in Buffalo. Yeah.
Or else it would have been done by now, right?
Well,
not
it was
necessarily.
Elliot Friedman's
Or-
the best insider in the league. If he says something, you can pretty much be assured that it's what it is. And
He's not wrong very often. Like almost never.
yeah, he's got real inside information. That guy's done a wicked job building trust with the right people to say the right things at the right time.
I was
He
just
doesn't-
going to say that, Perlo. He doesn't
Yep.
throw anybody under the bus. He watches what he says, when he says it. He doesn't mention any of the sources.
Yep. Yeah, he knows what to put out and what not to put out, and yeah.
So he
And
asked
so
permission
he's
too.
got
Just
some
like,
serious trust from the managers and everybody around the league.
yeah, like you hit it on the nail. It's the way you say things. He'll say like, he's like, instead of saying like, this player's not going to resign, he'll say something like, well, he's like, from what I'm hearing, that there's other options on the table. Like he's not going to throw a player under the bus. He's not going to throw a team under the bus. He'll say it a certain way so he doesn't look like the bad guy. He's not making anybody look like the bad guy, but saying, hey, there's something else here.
Yeah,
Well,
like
he's
Buffalo
saying-
obviously knows this is going to be a challenge. Buffalo knows it's going to be a challenge to re-sign Tuch. You know, he's going to explore free agency. He has that right. He's 30 years old. You know, nobody should be upset about that.
He
And
sticks
just
to the facts, and he doesn't get into any dirt. He's not getting into the dark side of things that are going on behind the scenes and trying to do that. He just sticks to the facts of what he knows, and that's it. And if his insiders say, I don't want this out there, he doesn't put it out there.
Nope.
He's not clickbaiting. He's not clickbaiting anything, coming up with some idea like I do.
Well,
And he's not saying things like putting Ben Sherrod on the All Perlo team in the Jaime's League All Perlo team and stuff like that.
well, everybody has their role, Perlo, and you have one. You know, Elliot does his thing and you do your thing.
Yeah. I think he's done a little better for himself. Whatever. Okay. I think that was every team I could see in the East that would have a chance at him.
No Boston.
I already went to Boston. I gave it a shot because it's close to Buffalo, and I think he'd really have to like that city for some reason because they're not really. They're not really in contender status. They could sell him on it. It's going to cost them. It's not out of this world. It's not out of this world. We went to Montreal. I think he'd be perfect fit there. If he will be willing to play there. I mean, he's kind of exactly what they need on that right side. No doubt about that. But do they want to commit to a 30-year-old for 8 years when they now? I don't know. I mean, it's a little tough. He's not going to Detroit. I'll tell you that right now.
Another interesting team, like depending if he wants to go there, is the Ducks.
Yeah, if you wanted to go out west, I mentioned that earlier,
Yeah.
possibly, but
Because Killhorn's on his last year, so they're probably not going to re-sign him at that point. He's going to be 37. So he'd look pretty good on that Ducks team. And then Kreider's up too, so they're going to need somebody to fill in.
they got Terry and Seneca on the right side already, though, and Cutter Gauthier. But I mean, Gauthier can play the left too, so.
Well, he's
Gauthier
left-handed, so he can play the left. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to like to play him on the right side with. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I think they're pretty stacked there, unless they want to trade Troy Terry or Mason McTavish is out there because the guy can't skate with the shit.
Well, yeah, if McTavish is going to go, yeah, they're going to have to start filling.
You'd have to
they
play
would
him on
ideally
the
want a
side.
left winger. Yeah, ideally you want a left winger, but
yeah, I don't know. We'll see if somebody's going to bite on McTavish. It's just not looking good for his skating, man. He's got one more year. Like, he just hasn't improved. He gets caught. If you can keep him in the offensive zone, he's a great passer. And I mean, guys seems to have a lot of heart. They gave him the A, but for some reason, he just can't improve his skating, and it's really hurting a lot. So I guess I'll go. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, I agree. It's maybe like a McTavish maybe needs like a team like Carolina. It's like, hey, you're not gonna be fast, but you're gonna play man on man kind of thing, and you'll get your looks. But Carolina can't really afford him, so that's out. They have the cap room, but they're not going to get him.
McTavish?
Yeah, like he might be better in a system that's like, okay, well, if you're not that fast of a skater, we're going to play one style. We're going to play as a team, and you're going to play man on man. You're going to smother. Like, we don't ask you.
I don't think he's got the speed to play that.
You don't need to. He doesn't need to fly everywhere on the ice. He just needs to win those 5-foot
battles. What's one slow player on that team? Is there one slow player on that team?
Yeah, they're pretty much all fast. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Let's see.
I don't
Carolina?
think he can keep up to that system there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I mean, even at fourth line, Jankowski, Carrier, and Robertson.
Stahl.
Carrier's got some speed.
Yeah. Stahl's not fast, but he's smart. Like, he knows
he's a really
positionally.
He's so intelligent.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think McTavish is not fast. Stahl is a speed demon compared to McTavish, and he's not smart either at the same time. So Stone is not fast. He's one of the best Selke by now.
Yeah. I think somebody's going to take a chance on McTavish.
But yeah, I mean,
I just don't know who.
Somebody's going to. I just don't think
I hope it's not
I don't think the return. You know who's going to do it? No.
Who? Winnipeg could.
Winnipeg, dude.
If I was Winnipeg, I'd take a chance on it. Why not?
Absolutely.
Why not? If you play him with Perfetti,
they have a hard time getting players slower, to go
there. Perfetti...
And they need a 2C, so you can move Lowry down to 3C. And Mestikov wasn't it.
And they're gonna, and I still think they.
I don't think McTavish can be C though.
Well, if he played, he can play left wing. That's right. I hope Winnipeg calls up Laine. I want to see Laine back in Winnipeg. I don't know what it is with Patrick Laine, but this city loves Patrick Laine still.
Because they haven't seen him. Because they haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody loves Laine here. I literally, like, last week, somebody's like, "Oh, I hope Winnipeg gets Laine back." I'm like, I don't care if it's like he's just one of their favorite players. He's like, I can use my jersey again and all this, and like,
yeah. Well, it'll be $1 million a year. It won't be 7. So I mean,
yeah,
we'll take a flyer.
It'll be a PTO
contract, I think. Yeah,
it'll be a PTO. It'll be a PTO. That's what it'll be.
Probably.
It'll be a PTO to see if he's in anywhere near enough shape to play. And he'll probably fail that and end up in the KHL somewhere and then go to like what lasts about 40 games and his career will be over. That's my guess.
I got hope. I'd love to see Patrick Laine back in Winnipeg. Just imagine if he could just find that magic that he did.
No. Yeah, he was an incredible player. Yeah, he had a gambling addict, or not a gambling. He had a gaming addiction. He sat on the couch more than he went to the gym by a long shot, and he's wrecked. He's done. And I don't think he's finished with his gaming addiction. I think he's back on it again. That's why Montreal won't even give him a shot.
Yeah.
So Montreal needed scoring, and they wouldn't at all. And he said himself he was fine halfway through the season. Like, they're not playing him at all. What does that tell you? Like, he's done. He's not doing anything to be able to play in the NHL.
But again, Winnipeg has trouble getting players come in, so you could bring a line in and sell them on the idea. It's like, hey, come on in. Like, we'll see if we can recreate some of that magic. And if you can
play with Jonathan.
If you put $1 million on the table, you sold him on the idea. He's not getting that from any other team in the league.
Yeah. Taves is retiring this year.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
that's out of his mouth, or that's what you're thinking?
That's what pretty much a few insiders already said. Like, they don't expect him to come back.
Well,
I saw it. He's retired. It was sad to watch.
That's too bad.
Come on.
For sure.
It was sad.
He went on his own terms, though. As he came back, he had an okay season, but the beginning part of the season, he was not the Jonathan Toews you'd want. But towards the end, he was getting there, and I was just like, oh, he's gonna look so good next year, maybe.
Me and Perlo were talking last year at this time, Perlo, we were talking, you're like, I'm taking the Jets to miss the playoffs. Oh, no, I can't, because Jonathan Toews is there. Because me and Perlo are Jonathan Toews fans, and I caught him like 4 or 5 times during the summer. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take Winnipeg to miss. Oh, shit, yeah, that's right. We can't take Winnipeg to lose.
I'm a big Jonathan Toews fan.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge Jonathan Toews fan. Huge Jonathan Toews fan.
When he retires, like, his name goes to the rafters in Chicago instantly.
100%. Right beside Kane.
Sure.
Hall of Fame, first year eligible.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody said. Toews is every bit as good as Bergeron was. Every bit as good. And I will die on that. I will die on that.
And a lot of people are like, oh, Toews played with Kane. I'm like, they very rarely played together except for on the power play.
Yeah.
And if Toews wasn't shutting down everybody's top line, Kane wouldn't be able to do what he was doing. Toews was a freaking incredible defensive center.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So there's another guy, high IQ hockey player.
Oh,
one of the best behind the net too, like getting those passes out.
His his intensity, his leadership, like freaking I just love Toews.
Dude, Perlo, you know what the funniest one I saw online was today? Was name the most overrated player that's ever played in the NHL. And one guy said, hear me out here. Yeah, I know. Hear me out here. Pavel Datsyuk.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to hear a word of it. Shut the fuck up.
You're like, hear me out. One of the best two-way players in the NHL.
Of all time. Yeah, he's so underrated. Fuck off. Are you kidding me?
Overrated, yeah.
Christ. Couldn't believe I saw that. I put Sherrod and Max Domi on there, and nobody said anything.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of, like, in the past guys that were overrated. But,
How about underrated? John fucking Scott.
John.
He won the All-Star MVP. You can't. Nobody just can walk in and win that. Come on.
Yeah.
That was the best year. That was the biggest fuck you to the NHL. I was
Patty Verbeek.
so happy for that.
Patty Verbeek. I'd put him up there as one of the most underrated players of all time. He was a freaking awesome shutdown winger. Scored lots. I'd put him up there. I mean, I'd have to think about it, but that's one that pops up in my head. Is Patty Verbeek.
Ex-Red Wing,
yeah. I still say Marian Hossa, even though everybody thinks a lot of people think he's great. I don't think people realize how great he was. Like, he gets underrated quite a bit. But another team talking about Tuch, how much do you think Winnipeg would try to coax Tuch with? 15 mil right now?
No.
If they have the cap space?
Oh my God. Well, he's got U.S. teammates there, Connor Hellebuck and Kyle Connor.
Yeah.
And Mark Scheifele, according to Perlo.
Yeah, Scheifele's from fucking Grand Rapids, Michigan, according to Perlo.
I don't know why the fuck I thought he was American. But he's got Kyle Connor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hellebuck could probably call him up and say, dude, look, just tell him just how great of a city it is, because apparently he thinks it's great. I mean, they all do, obviously. Connor, Scheifele, they love it there. It's just a case of getting somebody there. I hear that's like a huge, big, happy family there too. Like they really hang out with each other. They barbecue together. It's like really a fun environment in the room. But
yeah,
it's because of how it's set up in Winnipeg. Like when the visiting team comes into Winnipeg, you stay at the Radisson, which there's just an underground tunnel that goes right to the arena. You don't go out and see anything. There's no drive to the rink or anything, so you don't see anything. And downtown's not the prettiest for Winnipeg, so that's why a lot of people, I don't want to. It's Canada. There's snowy. It's cold. I don't want to be there. But then when you go outside the city, you got just down the street, you got the Forks, which is a nice path along the Red River and lots of things to see. Then you got Assiniboine Park, which is beautiful. You got lots of scenery, but you don't see that when you come and visit as the NHL visitor. You just see the airport, bus straight downtown, and then you don't have to go outside again.
Dude, and you could sell somebody on the outdoors too. Like this day and age, people are more about the outside and nature and getting away from devices and traffic and, pollution and all that shit. Like Winnipeg's a beautiful area of the country. Like you go traffic all day.
Just straight up though, man. Like Winnipeg is not on millionaires' wives' vision boards too much.
No.
Sure.
No.
So that's really what it comes down to. Happy wife, happy life. They want sexy cities like LA where they got all this stuff, all that stuff.
The parties.
But certain personalities aren't like that. Like what's his name? Bufflin, he still lives in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
He doesn't live in Winnipeg. And he's a big nearby.
He doesn't?
No, he doesn't live in Winnipeg. He lives, I think, on Lake of the Woods.
He lives in Manitoba, though.
Somewhere. I don't know exactly where he lives, but he doesn't live in here. He does all the fishing tournaments.
He's a big fisherman guy.
Yep.
Yeah. The guy walked away from what, like 15 million or something to fish.
Yeah.
Like that, dude.
Oh, you can win millions in those fishing tournaments depending on which ones you're in. Like he wins a lot of them, so like
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense, man. Do what you love to do.
Yeah.
And Dustin Bufflin's a down-to-earth guy too, because like I have a small little story about it. When Dryden, I was working one night and I get this call from a buddy. He's like, "Hey, you won't believe this." I'm like, "What?" "We're at the bar partying with Dustin Bufflin right now." I'm like, "Yeah, get out of here." Sends a picture. Like, what the fuck? What's he doing in a bar in Dryden? He's here for the Walleye Master Tournament. Okay. An hour later, Dustin Bufflin passed out on my couch. No, he didn't.
No way.
He's at a house party, passed out on his couch. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck's going on? So then they're just taking selfies of him on the internet with him on the couch while he's passed out.
That's awesome. See, that's the type of guy that just doesn't want to go through a vigorous training camp. And like, he's a big guy, big boned guy. Like he's, just loves the outdoors and fishing. He's like, fuck this, man. This grueling hockey season and staying in shape and all this. I'd rather just fish and have fun, drink beer, enjoy my life instead of.
He's going to be back on the ice though in October.
What?
He's playing in the winter in the classic here in Winnipeg.
Oh, nice.
Was it October? The end of October, I think it is.
All of a sudden, he just starts laying guys out again.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be able to skate very good, so it's going to be pretty funny probably. But
he was a freak in nature, man. Because I've seen some things on him. Like, he didn't hit the gym in the summer. Like, he was a hunter, fisher, whatever. And he would come in and they'd be like, it'd be like 20 pounds overweight or whatever. And he never looked like it at all. Like, that guy was a fucking beast. I love Bufflin, man. Bufflin was awesome.
He's a big guy, but he's powerful. Like, yeah, sure, he's a little bit slower, but like one stride is like 2 strides for a normal person.
And he was smart.
Look in Detroit, like, or not Detroit, Chicago, like, they're just like, we need something to get us going. Hey, Buff, do you want to play net front in the power play? Sure. What do I do? Just make sure the goalie can't see it. Easy. And Kane and Taze are just racking it up, and Bufflin's like, hey, hit me, I got a point. Woo!
I remember he had 2 guys, one on each arm before, and he swung 2 guys around at one time.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why he probably went to Winnipeg. He's like, I'll come and sign here, but I don't. Or no, he didn't sign. He got traded here. He went to Atlanta. Sorry, he got here. He's like, I don't want to play forward anymore. He's like, please.
Yeah, that's right. He didn't want to play
I can't
forward.
skate the whole night. It's too much. Too much skating. He's like, it's too much.
He liked.
I'll play defense.
I heard that he said that he wanted to be on the ice. He liked on defense or on the ice more. You play more. He wants to play it. That's why he doesn't like playing forward, because you don't play enough. So
that's true. It could be. I'm not the whole. I just thought he would want to.
Bufflin just did what he wanted. Bufflin did what he wanted to do. He was. Got to respect him a lot. I always love Buff, man.
I wish he was just like his career was like another 4 or 5 years longer, and he did a little bit more, because I think he could be a guy that might eventually get in the Hockey Hall of Fame, but it wasn't long enough. And his entry thing would be when his. I think he would have been close. Like, he'd have to win multiple cups. He got two in Chicago, or 1. I can't remember.
I think he had the one in 2010. I don't think he got the 2013 cup or 15.
He might have been gone then. Yeah,
he won a cup.
I don't know.
Did they win 3?
He won a cup.
Did they win 3? Chicago 10, 13, and 15.
I don't know.
Or LA was in there once.
Yeah, they won 3. Yeah. Chicago won 3.
They won 3. I think Bufflin only won 2. I think he won 2 Stanley Cup. Let's see. How many times, dude? Bufflin. That's the only way I know how to spell it. He only won 1 Stanley Cup in 2010. Damn it.
Oh, okay.
I was wrong. I love Dustin Bufflin, though, yeah. He helped put Winnipeg on the map, too, when that team came there, so.
I'll be right back.
He didn't have, like, if you had boring players in that team, like, Dustin Bufflin definitely made you come to the game.
Oh, yeah.
I remember I got free tickets one night, and it was to Arizona, and they're like, and I'm just like trying to find somebody to go there. I don't want to go because the Jets are doing terrible. So I went with somebody's mom. Like, I've been to a hockey game. Sure, let's go. Why not? Bufflin scores a hat trick, and he's like, he scored a goal from center ice and got into 2 big fights in that game. It was just like the best game I've ever seen him play. And I'm like, you guys all missed that.
That's cool. Oh, yeah, he can just ragdoll guys, too. He's just such a big presence on the ice.
Well, the pitcher, when he was playing the Leafs, he has 2. Was it 2? Yeah, it was 2 Leaf players, 1 in each hand.
Yeah, I remember that. He had them both, and he was just standing there, and he was just kind of ragdolling them both standing still.
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta go here. Wait till Pearl goes back. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go to bed. I gotta wake up early.
I caught you. I just went to the washroom. Yeah, we should probably end it anyways. Maybe I'll go into Spaces now for a bit. All right.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I'll jump on Spaces if you Perlo.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some work to do so I can carry the phone around and talk on Spaces and shit. If you guys want to go on
Yeah.
Spaces, I'll start a Spaces on Twitter. Anybody that's listening right now. Larry, thanks again. It's awesome having you on. You always have some really good takes. And of course, you got
oh my God.
Going here. I'll take that one. And make hot.
What?
No, I don't want. Where's the high music? I want the high music up further. There we go.
I've never seen a man
Body
so
lube.
excited about body lube.
That's the best, dude. It's the best product on the market. I mean,
spicy chipotle. I find that I thought that was way better than I anticipated it would be.
You know what it feels like, Perlo? I tried it because I got the sample pack, just because you own the business and you sent us all samples, and I just tried it. And that spicy chipotle, it's almost like a Tiger Balm, but like a healthier version. It just feels a lot better.
It does, doesn't it?
You got that spice. Yeah, it burns a little bit, but the burning is good because it works.
It's a good burn. It's a good burn. Yeah.
The spicy chipotle is my favorite.
It kind of gives you a feeling. The thing about it kind of gives you like that chafing feeling to start. You go, this is supposed to stop, and then it's like goes away, and it's got a beautiful bouquet.
Yeah, just a hint of spice.
Smoked maple for the Canadian folk out there too. That's really good.
That's the one you want to take when you're camping. The smoked maple would be a good one when you're camping. It's a little woodsy, like it just, you feel like you're out in nature, and then the chafing nature when you're hiking, and you're dancing around the campfire and stuff at night.
Yeah.
Like that.
Absolutely, got to take it for the hike for sure. Absolutely, around the fire. Yeah. Made for everybody. Love that. It's great stuff. Okay. Grab yourself a vat. Go down to the Costco. Just ask for the lube section there at the Costco. And grab yourself a vat. There's the Perlocopter you can rent the Perlocopter if you want. It's a little on the pricey side, but you can rent
you give discounts for bachelor parties.
Channel, you have a vat of your choice. Yeah,
this way.
Absolutely. For bachelor parties, baby showers.
I was working on this. I didn't finish it. Check your ex. I didn't finish it yet, though.
Oh, you got a new one?
Somewhat new one. I haven't finished it.
Okay.
Yeah, Larry's the best at advertising, man. I haven't seen this type of level of advertising for body lube.
Oh, absolutely. That's why he's on the payroll, man. That's why he's on the payroll. Okay.
I haven't been getting my paycheck.
Thank you very much,
there's
everybody.
An issue.
We'll get that worked out. I'll get what's
I think there's something wrong with payroll there. You gotta look into.
You know what I think happened, Perlos? I think when you sent the carrier pigeon over to his paycheck, I think somebody in the Midwest shot the pigeon down.
Well, I know.
Fucking Bufflin.
I'll send over.
Bufflin was in his boat fishing.
He's like, oh, there's a paycheck.
I'll send over the Perlocopter with Larry or Melissa or Hernandez there. We'll get your sacks of cash just drop down for you there. No problems. Okay. Thanks everybody for coming in. Go join me on Spaces here in a little bit, and I'll talk to you next time on Perlo's House of NHL Takes Frolic. That's my new one for this. And you can catch me. Somebody asked about the games for Carolina. Sorry, we didn't get into that. We will be on tomorrow night, and we'll be talking about all the game 4 for Vegas and Carolina at Rico and Perlo's House of Exotic Jaime's Picks Frolic with JD, the Statmaster J, and Parlay Dre, best some of the best cappers in the land. So we'll see you then at 10:30 Easternish, somewhere around there. And that will be on my channel as well. So talk to you then. Okay, bye.
Have a good night.
Everyone.